let's talk about South Carolina's schedule now. Uh, I mean, what do we say? Tough out of conference, check. Well, really, just Clemson, but it's a
At
check.
Clemson.
At Clemson, that's a check, right? That's a tough game. And then you go through a stretch here where you play Ole Miss, Alabama, and Oklahoma, and two of those games are on the road back to back. Alabama and Oklahoma are on the road. Then you get a bye and play Texas A&M. It's like you have not had a lot of success playing against Texas A&M as a program in the last 10 years. I believe they're like 1-9. Not to mention, you play at Kentucky, who you would hope is like a winnable game in the SEC, but it's on the road. LSU, still a lot of question marks there, but it's going to be a team that's a lot more talented than you are. Then Missouri, which is a team on the up and up, obviously. I mean, they just loaded in the transfer portal. They did really well last year. They still return a lot of talent. Going to be one of the favorites. Uh, I say one of because there's probably like 6 or 7 teams that you can consider for winning or making to the SEC championship game. But this is a tough schedule to me when I look at it up and down. Sure, let's get a win at Old Dominion or versus Old Dominion. Let's get a win at Vanderbilt. Let's beat Wofford. Let's beat Akron, right? But beyond that, so you win those 4 games, you gotta find 2 more wins to get the bowl eligibility. And there's some tough teams on the rest of the schedule, man.
Yeah, it to me it's very interesting team. They lose a couple big time NFL talents. They really got a guy people are super high on, Trey Knox, Spencer Rattler. You know how you feel about him. But I thought he was pretty darn invaluable to this team, especially last year where he was about the only on the
Invaluable.
offense. That was and everyone loves Norris Sellers and the South Carolina staff, and I'm high on him too. I do think it's going to look a lot different. It's going to look a lot different, and I have also no idea. The guy's a redshirt freshman. He's gonna be thrown into a starting job with this schedule. Not ideal. Yes, you bring in like 20 transfers or Raheem Sanders. You fix the O line, kind of. You bring in a bunch of guys to try to fix it. Jared Brown, who I love Jared Brown from Coastal Carolina. Guy's a legit NFL player, so he'll be nice for you. But you also lose 23 some guys, and there are some guys going to legit high major programs, and that's not tough. That's not nice for South Carolina,
Yeah.
who comes in with a schedule that's already going to be tough, and then they just get screwed by the SEC luck because every couple of years you're going to have an SEC schedule where it's just brutal. It is absolutely brutal, and at Vandy is the one you circle, and you're like, okay, we got one win in the SEC, hopefully, right? Not to count Vandy ever, but damn, man, a lot of winnable games. You'd like to be scheduled in that middle to bottom tier of the SEC, like Arkansas, like Mississippi State, right? Even Auburn, who I'm getting higher on, Florida, right? At Kentucky, I guess you kind of consider Mark Stoops had him humming past couple years. It's a tough schedule. It's a very, very tough draw for Shane Beamer, who we love and who's getting better and better at South Carolina. But the schedule, another year of another brutal schedule, and it doesn't matter how good you are, but your win loss record doesn't show it. And now your boosters are upset and you're on the hot seat and you can't recruit and you can't bring in talent and then you're fired. And it's a cycle for South Carolina that I hope they realize that Shane Beamer is the guy right there, but it's going to be tough. And we'll see how they do in the schedule. But I mean, you're trying to make a bowl game and I don't know, man. I mean, you see 3 to 4 wins and then you got to buy some wins against teams you're probably going to be a more than a touchdown dog against. And most of them on the road.
Yeah. If this offensive line can do something, I know they got some guys in transfer portal, but like in the SEC, especially in the Big Ten, like relying on the transfer portal heavily for your offensive line is a pretty dangerous game of roulette. Ask Auburn last year, right? So, and Lenore Sellers isn't exactly the most mobile guy over there at 6'3", 240 pounds. Absolute,
He's a dual threat guy. He's a very dual threat guy. But in terms of quick agility, I don't know if it's there.
like pocket mobility, like at 240 pounds, is he that mobile? I mean,
Well,
I don't know. Maybe he's a straight line guy,
you can be KJ Jefferson type mobile where you could just shrug
I
off
guess.
first round NFL draft pick Dallas Turner and still make a nice little throw. But he's also 19, 20 years old. Like it's gonna be tough when you got these big grown men breathing down your neck.
Yeah. Or it's gonna be a good thing. Maybe he's just like so big that they just melt off of him. And he's just
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, yeah, hopefully he's a good guy or a good quarterback option for them. Staff seems to love him. he's gonna have options at receiver. I mean, Gage Larverdane, transfer from Miami of Ohio, Jared Brown from Coastal Carolina, Nicholas Harbor, who talking about being a rising star, stud. So, and obviously Rocket Sanders, a running back. So, I mean, on offense, in terms of like your weapons around you, you're gonna have some pretty talented, get some pretty talented folk there. You
And
know,
by the way,
and
not to
Brady
mention,
Hunt, by the way, from Ball State, very good tight end. The transfer. I don't even know if he's gonna start, but sorry, what did you
yeah,
say?
not to mention our Old Dominion, right, is top 10, top 6 in returning production offensively, and they're top 22 nationally. And I'm not gonna say it. I'm just saying like these things add up, right? It would be nice to get Lenore Seller's feet wet before you got to go play in what feels like a must-win game in week 2 against Kentucky, right? And but instead, who knows what's gonna happen there week 1?
I mean, Jason Henderson, isn't he? He's out of eligibility.
I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? I'll
I
look it up
mean,
here real quick.
Jason Henderson. I mean, you can't have a good Old Dominion team without Jason Henderson. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just these are rules. I don't make them up. I just follow them. But I'd imagine that he's been there forever. He's got to have been there 4 years. Has to have. He was just 2021, so 2021 to 2, so he's played 4 years. Yeah, so I think he's done. He's out of eligibility.
He
So
was a junior in 2023.
what? Did he redshirt 1 year?
No, 2021 is freshman year, 2 sophomore year. So 2024 will be his senior year. I don't I don't see
Oh,
anything.
2024 will be a senior.
No.
So I guess did he declare? I don't even know. I don't even know. These are things that I should know. I don't
Yeah,
know. But
2025
anyways,
scout. Yeah, no, he's back, which is
oh, that's nuts.
not a
All
good
right,
sight
I'm
for any
back on the Old
Kansas.
Dominion train. I'm already
Yeah,
back.
there it is. It's that easy. It's that